Hello, everyone, and welcome to Classic Championship Series 2. I'm your colorcaster, Tom,
And I am your play-by-play classer, Dalton or Ja.
and we are here with ID Eclipse versus Titan Gaming Hyperion.
Nice.
Last week, Titan Gaming Hyperion was against Glacial Charm, and we had a very surprising victory against them. Gave us a lot of ups and downs during their games. We had their top laner going 0-5. No flame, of course, but yeah, they went 0-5, but then in an end game, she got 3 items and rolled the game over, especially with their Jinx as well. They just did a lot of things that we did not expect, but I guess Caster Curse just took over. Right now, the standings, ID Eclipse is tied for first with Dorado Gaming. Dorado Gaming new, and right now Dragonclaw, which is Titan Gaming now. Sorry about that. They are 1-1, so they're tied for second with 3 other teams. So this can honestly just change the standings because if Dragonclaw Titan Gaming win this game, they are tied for first with Dorado Gaming and ID Eclipse. So it's gonna be a very interesting series.
Yeah, it really seems like it's gonna be a game to decide like who's gonna be in that top portion of the seeds or the seeding going into playoffs.
100%.
I do think it's still super early, so it's gonna be a bit hard to tell with how much variability is with these amateur teams. I do think
100%.
any single team could like discover some pick or discover some strategy, and they could just absolutely start taking over. But I am really looking forward to see. Oh,
We're starting draft.
We're ready for draft. Good.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, I do think we could really see anything in these kind of leagues.
100%. Especially if you go down to IBS, you can see a lot more stuff. But here we are in Platinum.
Okay, good old Zach Band.
And good old Zach Band. That champion's
but
funny.
But okay. No, okay, well, not really. But I do know that K-Peps plays a lot of Zach. Victor Band coming back. Very generic control mage.
Seraphine. Yep. Seraphine. That champion's needs more nerfs.
Needs more nerfs. And basically what I'm seeing here based on like match histories on OPGGs, there's just a lot of comfort picks being banned here. I'm unsure 100%. On like what they played in their previous games, but I think right now, since it's so early in the season, they're just banning like based off of
ranked solo duo. Yeah,
ranked solo duo.
I think later in the season, once we get to like that qualifiers playoff stage, we're gonna start seeing bans from what they're picking in Classic Championship instead of just ranked solo duo.
Yeah. Shyvana ban. And I do wonder if that's a Shyvana jungle ban, which it probably is. But I have seen a lot of Shyvana top recently, and that would be something interesting to see come out in this series.
And I did Eclipse with the Silver first pick, which is very common. We saw that last week as well against Glacial Charm, where both teams decided to opt in for that Silver first pick. And although it didn't work out as good as we thought, Silver is still a really good champion for wave clear, even with those nerfs. So
she's just a really safe champion, especially after her rework. She's getting a lot more value, just like front to back fights, and her lane is pretty easy. So
yeah, you can't script the lane.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
And Respondent Volibear, it was kind of a high prio jungle pick for a while. This is still a flex. You know, you can always send him top lane, but he did get nerfed recently, so he stopped seeing a good amount of play in pro and just overall like across the board in solo queue. So he does feel a lot worse, especially in the early games. Skirmishes, but no, it can still work. You can still form that snowball.
Of course. And the Ash ban, or not the Ash ban, the Ash pick coming in, which is one of those really good matchups against Sivir, just because her auto's slow, and then Sivir doesn't really spell shield it. So, but once level 6 hits, Ash can't really ult Sivir because spell shield. And so we just have to see how they play around that.
Both very safe ADC picks, and I wonder if that means they're going to be opting in into like something really dominant like jungle or topside, or like on both teams. I'm actually really looking.
Ooh.
Whoa. Okay. I was about to say it's a little bit illegal, Trundle is Trundle. You can kind of just pick him. He
yeah.
He beats Volibear, I guess, but like it's Trundle.
It's Trundle. He beats everybody.
Yeah, he just.
We saw this exact same ADC matchup game 3 last week, so let's see how it pans out for 10 gaming this time. They did win that game, so let's see if they keep this. Or into Sivir.
Oh, into Sivir. Okay.
Yeah. Ooh, the anti-dive support
Turret.
Tarek coming out. Tarek is
Alrighty.
a solid anti-dive support pick.
Yeah, very solid champ right now. They really are opting into that just kite back with the Sivir Tarek. And Trundle's probably just going to be there to subjugate on whatever
Volibear.
frontline is running at them. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that Volibear pick isn't as good as we thought it would be. And that control mage, Talia coming out.
Okay. Talia is generally a pretty strong champ with like champions like Volibear and like Renekton and just like point click stun, get CC.
Press W.
Yeah, press W, get the knockup. So pretty easy gank setup. I'm assuming it's Talia mid Volibear jungle.
That's what I would assume as well.
We're probably going to be seeing some gank action there. Maybe Talia can get some early pushes. Maybe we can find some skirmishes. Cassiopeia ban coming out. That is actually
a pretty good ban.
Pretty solid ban.
Volibear can play the game.
Yeah, it would be a little bit unfortunate if Cassiopeia went through, but that would mean that ID Eclipse would have to be at their objectives first in order to take these fights.
That is a Rengar top ban, by the way.
Really? Hold on.
Yes. DC Advantage does play a good amount of Rengar top, so I don't know. I've seen Scruff. I forget his name. It's Scruff, right?
I do see that he does play Rengar top. That's interesting.
And that Rengar OTP in top lane, I always see that Rengar, and it's really annoying to watch.
Scrub Noob or whatever his name
Scrub
is?
Noob, that's the name, yeah. Scrub Noob.
Oh. Syndra ban, that's interesting. I do think that Syndra has been really weak, especially recently. Yeah. However, I do see 28 games played this season on XBKP's profile. So it's probably just another one of those bans you're throwing out there. Comfort ban, yeah.
Don't want
the same with Cassiopeia. And Cassiopeia would just be a good pick for them in this comp. So
yeah.
They're banning towards top lane here. That probably means that they're looking to blind top. Well, they're going to have to anyway, right?
They're going to have to blind top and mid, yeah. Here they had, or Titan have to blind one of their solo laners. Oh no, they already blinded Talia.
Yeah.
Or it could just be Talia's support and oh no, never mind.
There's Ash Braum. Just a very safe lane. But they do have a lot of early game. You could get, if you're not careful, you could get fucked up by an Ash Braum. Just very dominant early game damage. And honestly, I think this game might be one of those that's decided in like the first 8 minutes or 10 minutes.
Probably Jung will get this game, honestly, from what I'm looking at.
Yeah. And he's hitting the little orange blind pick. Respectable.
Very respectable pick.
Yeah, these guys are wanting. Oh, Irelia mid.
Oliver, are you playing on Dynamite team here?
Yeah, it's me. And actually, you'd think that Talia is a counter pick to Irelia, which I suppose she is later on. But in laning phase, Talia doesn't. Oh, Veigar?
Yelling.
But in laning phase, Talia actually doesn't do enough damage to Irelia for her to care, which is
that is
hilarious.
True, yeah. Talia's damage is not
Veigar locked in. Okay, these guys are really opting into the scaling. So if they can make it out of this early game, yeah, I do think they might have too much scaling with Trundle being their only like way into this game.
Like Ornn right now, if they just pick like an aggressive top laner or counter to Ornn, it's really hard for Ornn to play strong side. So we'll have to see.
I am very interested.
Oh, it's the Kale. Oh, they're opting for the scaling too.
Yep, that's a perfectly fine lock-in because honestly, I think Trundle does have to path towards bot this game. Just being how volatile the bot lane is with Braum Ashe and like your Sivir is trying to play to just survive these couple early levels. Especially Taric. Really, they just want their ultis and maybe they can try to work something. But I mean, Kale is also just a classic counter pick to Ornn.
Of course, and then they're also opting for the scale. I think all three of these lanes are just scaling lanes.
Yeah.
So, it is a jungle we got this game. Whichever jungler is more proactive in the game is
in terms of draft. I will say, I think ID Eclipse might have too much scaling on the board, but if they do make it to that point where Ornn starts getting ornaments and Veigar hits like death cap, then I think it's a free win for them.
100%.
Unless Kale is like too far.
Giga's jog, yeah. We don't want Kale just like too shy.
It does have win cons and fights, and Volibear isn't actually that fucked because he has kill ulti if they do opt into using it on him. So he can find angles walking in, looking for that stun, looking for that flash in with the KLR. But overall, I think this game will be decided by who has a better wave control and better objective control.
100%. Although Kill will be side laning for a majority of the time, so we'll just have to see.
Alrighty. Oh, we are through with the draft, and I think you have some words for us, Best Buy.
Well, do you have any other thoughts here
Um,
on the teams?
No, honestly, I am. Other than the fact I'm really excited to see how this bot lane pans out and how Titan can sort of get their early game advantage without letting it get too far gone with the Ornn
Mm-hmm.
and the Vigar. I
Yep.
think overall these drafts should be pretty interesting to watch.
100%. If we got nothing else to say, then I would like to take it over to our sponsor, ProComps. ProComps is a first of its kind drafting tool aimed for competitive and solo queue play. ProComps allows the user live feedback and analysis on drafting, giving them recommendations on picks, notes on matchups, and analysis on the enemy team's win cons. These features allow the user to gain an edge on their opponent and improve their drafting skills. Use code CCS for 50% off the first 3 months.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
I mean, free draft pack, literally.
Free draft deck. Yeah, free draft deck. And it's also integrated into DraftFlow and ProDraft, so you can just use it during when these drafts are happening as well. So draft cap them even harder. But with that,
do you know when this was made? When the
I think ProComps was recent, very recent,
recent?
probably the last year.
It's very interesting. I was watching a clip a while back from I think it was LS, and he was talking about how he thought that this concept would never work, but I think
There it
this
is.
is the perfect way to test it, especially in amateur league when things are so much more monkey.
I agree. We just had to see.
Alrighty.
But
Yeah,
with
very
that,
excited.
we're gonna head over to a break, and we'll see you when the game starts.
Alrighty, and we're back.
We're
We're
just gonna see these final picks.
short little technical difficulties, and we're looking at these final picks here. And yeah, these are about the lane assignments that we expected. It's that Volibear jungle, that Talia mid. Obviously, the Vigar's going mid lane.
You
And
never know.
well, the last second, these guys are gonna hit the
The swap.
trade. Yeah, it's Silver mid, Vigar AD.
Nash Trundle support in hard jungle.
Oh my. No, it's hard
That
jungle too OP, swear.
imagine.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, it's just a game of scaling. This game, I don't think we see too much early game except with jungle pressure on lanes. So we just have to see if jungle just snowballs one lane and game goes out of control. But last week, Titan Gaming, they went really behind, but they got a lot of shutdowns, they got a lot of objectives, and they stole Baron as well. So, and then they won the game. So we'll just have to see.
Alrighty. Yeah. Like you said, we will just have to see. Should be pretty explosive.
So yeah, we'll see you in game. I'm gonna go to intermission right now. And we are back on Summoner's Rift. Titan Gaming versus ID Eclipse. We are seeing some very nice skin combinations here.
Yeah,
ID Eclipse, the
we got
purple
the
skin.
matching blue team. Or funnily enough, red side over here is all blue. You have that
Very.
synergy going on, which is
And
kind of hype.
blue side got that purple gone, so we'll see what
We're
colors
seeing a bit of an invade here. Let's see if we can find anything. It doesn't look like it. It looks like they
It's
just
just wording.
plant the wards. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They already know from that one Tribush word, so nobody
Yeah.
fell for the invade.
I do like the aggressive plays coming out.
Mm-hmm.
However,
Now they get to see where Rejected Anew starts and
it looks like both junglers are pathing up.
outside. Up,
Yeah.
up, yeah. So might
Very
see some
interesting.
top action going. Oh,
Yeah, coming in specifically with because we know how top lane goes, right? These guys are both just hitting minions.
hitting minions for the
With
first 20
jungle,
minutes.
I mean, it's Volibear versus Trundle. They both have the same objective. Trundle is technically a Volibear counter pick though when it comes to these team fights because he tries to engage and then all of his resistances get stolen and it's just like, oh yeah, let me try to play the game challenge. But mid lane, there is a lot to be had here because there's no way Vygar's gonna be able to match this Talia wave clear.
Push, yeah. Especially with the new AoE clear from Talia.
Yeah,
like
that rework gave her a lot of push power. Not more than a lot of these champions, but enough to push Vygar in. So she might be looking for a lot of these roams.
Yeah, Trundle is opting in for the red-blue Grom clear, maybe into a level 3 topside gank. And I don't think Volibear can match it right now just because he's full clearing, so we'll have to see how that goes. Oh, Talia is deep. Oh, they know.
They know where Trundle is. They know he's topside now.
Yeah, look. You got the pings going, so I guess we will not see any top action going.
Bot lane getting pushed in by Ash Braum. Very typical.
Yeah, those early levels, we don't want Sever to lose too much mana. I think they removed the mana from her E, so...
Yeah, I think they changed how it works. I'm not quite sure.
It's now a heal now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so...
yeah, you're correct. It's a heal.
She can't use her Qs and Es as often as she wants because she runs out of mana.
Look at the top jungle here. There's a bit of an invade going on.
Oh!
Trundle is...
On Vygar's walking.
This red buff. Looks like there might be a skirmish. Talia is pushed in. Doesn't seem like she wants to move. Oh, she's walking finally. It might be a little late though. Volley does have to force his flash out. And Trundle gets the red buff. Nice early invade. Volibear is...
That was a good invade.
Probably really upset about that one.
Very. I would be upset too if my buff got stolen.
Yeah, losing red buff is so unfortunate. And he gets that top crab. Volley walks down to the bot crab. But nice little early aggression coming out from blue team. Even though they have all that scaling, they're doing a lot with the prio that they have. Nice walk from Vygar.
It's really good to see. Do you think they could have fought that out? I do not think they could have, actually.
I think when you have such a scaling heavy comp, you take your small victories, especially when lanes are expected to go down in CS. Getting something small like that is so huge to put their early game behind. You know what I mean?
100%.
But when a gank coming up top lane, Ornn does get the knockup, gets the W, flashes on him, gets the brittle proc, and it looks like just a kill to Trundle. Nice clean gank. Both flashes do come out. So we're probably not going to be seeing anything soon from Trundle, but just a nice early first blood onto him, which accelerates his early game even more after stealing the red buff.
Kill's wave is also not looking very great.
Yeah,
it's very hard. Shoving in really hard to Ornn right now.
Trundle really honestly could have stopped his back and stayed another wave because he knew he would TP back and look for the regain. So I don't think
she did ward right there, so
that is true.
She would have just ran away, but
looks like she will manage to get her wave in. But it still is in a very bad spot.
100%. All those casters are just going to kill all those minions really quickly. I don't think Kale wants to be pushed in too hard early. Because she just wants to last hit minions. And she can't really do that under tower. Getting harassed by Ornn of all champions.
Well, I mean, she can... The thing is, she can farm under turret, with Ornn. Because, he only really has his Q. The thing she has to be worried about is, pushing the wave in too much and leaving wave obviously on that little spot where you typically freeze in between the bush and the river, and having waves in spots like that on Kale is really where it gets scary.
100%. And Ornn is backing for that Bomby Thunder, which is really big for him right now.
Yeah.
And blue side, ID Eclipse going for the first dragon.
Yep. They get their prio. No one's really on the map. It looks like they might be potentially walking. We see the Talia. Oh, the Ashe does find it. So they could look for this fight. They're
100%.
pinging off. They know they're there. All right, they're all very low. Vigar's very low on resources. This could be a bit of a skirmish. Vigar hits the W onto the Vigar. They collapse onto him. He flashes away. Ignite onto the Vigar. Trundle does get the Drake, though. Looking up here, Volibear is very low HP. Trundle doesn't have that flash to finish him off.
Vigar falls.
Oh, yeah. Vigar does fall to the Talia on the back end. And Ashe and Braum are just autoing them down. Oh, she does hit the W on the Taric, and they finish off the Trundle. Really,
this is what we want to see
for them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what we need from the early game comp. They spotted they were on the Drake. They were low on resources. And personally, I think with Vigar that low on mana, and like just in general, they're that low on resources like HP. It's just a very hard Drake to take if you don't take it instantly.
Yeah, and Vigar did have TP, so he could have just opted in for that back and TP back to lane.
But very, very great collapse coming out from Red
Titan
Team
Gaming.
Titan Gaming.
Yep. Talia is low on resources, so we'll have to see how this plays out. She has to just push in this last wave and reset, which I think she's trying her best to do. Maybe even get... Nah, she's not going to get that play, but... Yep, she's not opting for the reset. Early Dragons did get buffed. It's 3% missing health now for Ocean Drake, so even though they did lose 3 kills, I do think ID Eclipse are still...
There's a bit of a top game going on while we're talking about this.
Oh, yeah.
Kale might just be dead again.
Unless...
This is what you hate to see.
She did just get 6.
Yeah, she did just hit 6. It is very unfortunate. Talia TP does come out. Volibear is looking for more, kind of baiting the play. Orange does go in with the E. He has no escape options. Talia W goes wide. Orange just not taking any damage. They just...
That's Orange.
He just didn't care. Trundle's looking for more. Can't quite find it. Vigar Cage misses. And boom, just a winning play coming
looking for a dive here now. Talia does not have any flash. Oh, they are... Talia's just clearing the wave.
She might have the wave clear, but she does have to get off of the turret. They are forcing her out here. She can manage to walk back in. Now they have no CDs, but just a good pressure coming out from blue team here.
ID Eclipse, yeah. And now Trundle's entire jungle is up, and we'll just see him do some jungle stuff and clear. And Volibear is doing the same exact thing. Bot lane. Ashe is ahead in CS right now. Which I do think is a little bit weird, but at the same time, it's like Braum, Ashe, so it's like if you step up too much.
Yeah, like they're getting perma pushed in. They're gonna be down some farm, but once Sivir starts getting levels into her Q and like getting a few items, like now she's on Noon Quiver, I think she can start catching up in farm because once Sivir hits a certain point, like it's hard for her to miss CS. You know, like
100%. Yeah,
it's just so right now, being down roughly like 10 CS, it's pretty normal. It's pretty normal.
I do think Ashe did get those early kill and those 2 assists, so she is a bit ahead in gold of her.
Yeah.
Oh, she is up 500, 600 gold right now, which is really good for her right now. So we'll see if they do anything with the lead that they have right now. Small lead, but a lead is a lead.
I would like to point out that although Vigar is hitting these roams, Talia is up a full level, essentially. That is very important coming into these solo lanes. These level advantages. Oh, there might be a bit of a skirmish going on in bot river. They're moving up. Looks like Trundle might have spotted him and decided to screw off.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, but these early level advantages really do mean a whole lot, especially for these scaling champions like Talia. Just getting more points into her queue to one-shot the backline and look for these roams is just so vital.
Ooh, we might be seeing a little bit of a skirmish here. Trundle is going to opt in for the Rift Herald. First Rift Herald wasn't buffed, but I do think it still gives local gold, right? The 200 local gold?
I do believe so. And they did make the second Rift Herald have 75% more HP.
So it's a lot easier to push with it. But Trundle's just gonna take it for free. They're not gonna
I don't think they know.
I don't think they know, yeah. So
however, is taking this time and is just harassing Vigar under turret. He does have that TP still, so he could just hit the base TP, but he might just opt into staying. And I don't think he wants to miss any more XP, considering he's already behind a good amount.
Oh, he's going in for...
I'm looking for a bit of a gank. Trundle is here. Talia does have the flash and the cleanse, though. She does hit the cleanse. Oh, and she greeds the flash a bit too late.
A bit too much,
go down. And
I do think she just flashed earlier instead of cleansing the cage.
Yeah, I also just think She knows Trundle is on the Herald. It just died. That's just a bit of a mindless death.
Yeah.
It does happen though, and I don't think it's the end of the world. It does go to Trundle. Oh,
Trundle does not have any more mana.
oh, Volibear is on the way. Trundle just
Bromalt?
got
Trundle's
beat
dead.
into the fight by Braum, and he's dead. And it goes right over to Volibear.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Brom's at the angle. They're low on resources. Vigar no mana. And now Drake's is up as well. So
And it looks like a free Drake.
Titan Gaming just hit. It's 6% now for Inferno instead of 4, so it's really massive actually.
Yeah, these singular Drakes mean so much more.
Vigar TP Botlane.
Oh, they are looking in to try to fight this. I do think Titan Gaming still secured the Drake, and if I were them, I would just walk out. There's no way they try to take this fight, I think.
Oh, they are.
Wait, never mind. I think they do have the Taric ulti. Oh, Volibear's in. Never mind. The fight looks great currently. Taric gets burnt after the ulti. And
he just
has
backed
no
out.
cage. Yeah,
and Orm wasted TP Botlane. Oh wait, no, they're looking for more here.
I don't know if they quite have the reach, but they do get the Braum flash. Oh, nice cage coming out from Vigar, and we do get the kill onto him.
That wins. It's 1 for 1. Yeah,
1 for 1. And I do think those kind of plays do favor blue side here. And looking at the gold, they are only up 800 gold, which is kind of surprising considering when you're looking at the Ashe 202 with the 150 gold bounty. I mean, I think a lot of that gold actually comes from CS numbers, and there's a bit of a fight going on here.
What's a little bit of a fight? Orange's just walking back top lane.
Ghost gets popped by the Talia with the spellbook, and she just walks out. Yeah, but like
spellbook Talia, that's
it's very interesting, isn't it? I've seen mainly First Strike
or Electrocute.
But I do know in LPL, in like LCK, they do really like spellbook.
Spellbook is
pretty much any champion.
Yeah, like Twisted Fate.
Yeah. Especially just like these roaming champions trying to get prio in the early game.
We see a little bit of early warding, or not early, aggressive warding, sorry, coming in from Titan Gaming. Oh, we see a 3-man coming in.
Vigar, the W does go wide. Vigar flashes in, hits the cage. They're both stuck in there. Trundle is walking at him. He gets the subjugate off, and Volibear is getting hit. Trundle doesn't seem to be taking damage though since he subjugated that Volibear. He does get the W off the Talia and does fall down.
That was... I guess that Ashar did save Titan Gaming there. It's done to Taric, so Taric could not follow.
I mean, I feel like that was also just them kind of overestimating their damage. It was such an
100%.
aggressive flash from Vigar flashing in for the cage.
100%. Talia's damage right now is insane. Going Leandre's right now, and she's just going to be melting these tanks.
Oh yeah, when she's snowballing like this, she is definitely a threat. And I mean, Ashe at that play with Kraken is just like...
Yeah.
Ooh, she's going to be shredding.
A bit of bush cheese bot lane. Oh. I guess Ashe is not going to fall for it.
Oh, well, we'll see. She might know, but she might forget. Oh, and she does walk into it. I think she's just dead.
Yeah, she's no flash, no heal.
Shutdown goes on to Sivir. That is really large.
That is really large, yeah.
Sivir getting these kills when she outskills Ashe, like, I would argue a pretty decent amount. Ashe still does have her arrow, but I think that's about it in terms of scaling. And there is a Rift Herald play being dropped bot here.
Yeah, and Trundle's walking into the tri-bush, but I don't think they're going to look for anything right now. You just put the Herald here. Maybe they look for the second charge, but I think that's a bit too much right now.
And it looks like they decide not to opt into it. They're kind of, VIP Mr. Presidenting it down, but...
Not really.
No, they
Vigar's 1 HP against Talia, who's basically full HP right now. Yeah, these early traits from... Or not these early traits. Those early kills Talia got. It's really showing here for Vigar.
Yeah, she's
suffering.
Really just spamming her abilities on the wave with that tier. And
100%.
He's just trying to farm. Poor guy.
Poor guy just wants his stacks, but alas.
No.
And now we're going to see a bit of macro gameplay as Sivir walks mid lane. Vargas is going to start walking bot lane, starting to do that side laning.
Yeah, they're transitioning into the mid game phase here. So laners going side lanes. Talia's looking into the river, maybe looking for this Scuttle Crab, clear in vision.
Oh, well, he hit the Scuttle, but then...
I think she spotted the pink ward, but I don't, she walked over it, but I don't think she saw it.
Yeah, I don't think she saw it either. Dragon is coming up in a minute. It is Cloud Soul, so it's not exactly the best dragon. But against Ashe, I think if ID Eclipse
get this Titan Gaming, it's a quite a strong soul, really.
Yeah. Also for ID Eclipse as well, because it's 7% slow resistance. And if you get
true.
3 of those, that's 21% slow resistance. So you basically just get Swifties for free against Ashe.
I mean, that's fair. I actually forgot about the slow resistance on the Drake, or it's something that slips my mind. I'm just thinking about like the movement speed on the ult cast. But those rigs being buffed, it's when you have 2 or 3 of them, it actually is just like you have Swifty boots.
Yeah, it's really it's not noticeable, but like once
Especially
you see it, it's like
with the Sivir ulti and the Gain MS that everyone's gonna be getting.
mm-hmm.
It's gonna be pretty noticeable.
Oh, we
Trundle
might see a
is
bit of a
looking in
fight
on
here.
this Volibear. TP is coming out from Kayle. She just hit that level 11 Ornn ulti and Tark ulti go out. Braum does manage to block it. Ashe is on the side getting one shot. Braum is trying to survive with the Kayle ulti, but can't quite find it. Ornn flashes in, hits the W, and they're just all going down.
Sivir
Ashe is trying her best, but Sivir just ricocheted all of them. Wow.
Wow. Bot lane gets all those kills. And they're just going to go for the Herald here while Chana does the Drake.
I mean, those are fights that was a dominant fight from, wow, Blue's time here. Yeah,
ID Eclipse. Really showing how they deserve their not really, how they deserve their first place here right now. And they're really showing how strong of a team they are with their team fighting right now.
I mean, I guess when you're opting into this much scaling and you're still just winning these mid-game team fights, like, it's kind of hard to say anything towards it. These guys are just... Veigar, although he's having, like, a rough laning phase, and, like, Kayle does get the counter pick. It doesn't seem to really matter. They're just going through these team fights, and Sivir hits the LDR.
Wow, I mean, 2 items Sivir at 17 right now. That is humongous right now.
Yeah.
Although I do think I would have rather seen a PD here instead of a Lord Dominik's. I do not think we are tanky enough to opt in for Lord Dominik's. Because Sivir of PD is...
And I would agree when you're this far ahead. Like, if you're looking at enemy team items, like, obviously Braum isn't going to be finishing an item. He's stopped for Bramble. I mean, their only tanky member is going to be Volibear.
And he's not really building tank. He's building more of a bruiser type.
Yeah, I mean, he is Turbo Chem tank. He's building HP, but not really armor currently.
Yeah, so LDR right now, I think it's with being 4-0-3, and with how much damage you're dealing, PD is definitely the move here.
I would agree.
Especially with that move speed, you get to kite these champions a lot better. Volibear, Talia get to move around a lot more. It's like, I do think it's just a significantly better item, but we're going to see a mid lane push here. Sivir does have the Herald, so we'll see if it drops mid or if they opt in, put it somewhere else. Top lane turret is less than half HP, so we'll see if anybody moves up and tries to take that, but it looks like Talia and Ornn are going to match each other. And the scaling picks are bot lane. Kayle is 4 levels away from... What's the word?
Level 16? God.
Well, it's level 16. God? I was trying to find a better word for it, but yeah, God works.
Her Exodia.
Exodia, that's the word.
Yeah.
Oh, Veigar is bush camping. We'll see if anything happens. But...
It seems like Kayle knows. He was just on the wave and then he suddenly went missing. So I think she can use her contact clues here. Right now, it just seems like they're just farming it up, hitting the 1-3-1. Volibear's hitting camps. Both junglers are looking for plays, walking into this top bush actually. But it doesn't seem like Talia will fall for it as she's walking back down into her top.
Ooh, the well-timed R by Kayle.
Oh, a bit of a fight going down here.
Oh!
And a solo kill comes out from Kayle.
Wow, she timed that R perfectly. Like, right as Veigar ultimate hit, like, so Primordial Burst. She just timed her ultimate with it, and
a bit of a top play is going on anyway, and they just hit the perfect dive onto Talia using that Taric ulti.
Wow, we're just getting kills on opposite ends of the map here.
Yeah,
Kayle is going to get this turret bot here, most likely. There's no real contest here, unless Sivir decides to walk down, but even then, I think it's too late.
I will say, I think this play is more valuable for Red Team, being that they're investing so many more resources in players topside, and Kayle just outright got a solo kill. And that solo XP and that time in the side lane, just hitting minions for free, it means so much for her.
She's got 2k in the bank.
Yeah, she's rich.
She's pretty rich. I think she gets a Riftmaker off of this,
if I'm not mistaken.
Which is a really big power spike for her.
Yeah, 2 items on AP Kayle is really, like, really level scary. 14, 2 AP, or 2 items AP Kayle is just so strong.
Oh, she's just farming the entire blue jungle as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is what you want out of your kill, really.
Just want that
trying to get her to level 16 as fast as possible.
She's halfway to level 14 right now. Oh, they are opting in for the Rift Herald mid. I think Sun Daddy does have to be a bit careful. I do not think he can defend this.
Yeah,
So
I mean, they have so much wave clear. I think while people are off the map, they're just gonna look for this turret. Whether or not they look for more might be.
They can because that was a good Talia. Weaver Wall.
Talia just said no.
Talia just said no.
He's not having it, really.
Talia is on that Leandri, so that burn damage is going to start stacking up. I'm going to see how that plays out in this fight. They are hovering around Baron side right now, so we might see a bit of a fight for vision here.
Trundle does get the... we're walking in. Yeah, Trundle does get the Scuttle Crab. That is pretty huge. I mean, obviously, there's not really going to be any Baron Seeks going on anymore. But this Drake is going to be up in 50 seconds. And Kale has yet to get her reset off. She does have TP, however, so she's trying to get maximum uptime in the side lane. And then
she did get a reset off, though.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a bug. My thing didn't update.
Oh,
oh, there it is. Okay, I fixed it. Cool.
All right.
She did get that reset off then. Never mind. I lied.
Scoreboard bug. Talia does opt in for the Zanya second. Not 100% sure if I like that. Although it is a nice thing to have, like into Vigar and Ornn, if you just want to not get hit by any of those big damage abilities or big CC abilities. Blue side, ID Eclipse do have the control of the river here.
Yeah, I do think this is like the major thing. I do not like them walking out of the river though into them. I think this might spell disaster. Braum does die, but if Kale can kite back, never mind. They're just too tanky.
They are very tanky, and I guess ID Eclipse just... Oh, they are opting for the Baron play though, as ID Eclipse walk to Dragon.
Yeah, and Vigar and Taric are still walking up. They do have an idea they might be doing this Nash, and since Vigar's walking up, I think they're just too scared, and they...
That event horizon. We do not want them to get caught in that, especially in that really small Baron pit. If I get to get event horizon there, it's not going to be a good time for Titan Gaming.
But yes, currently these
still is level 14.
So one-sided. I think their way into this game is hoping that Kale... I think they're probably going to have to turtle into their base and hope that Kale can hit the farm and hit the level 16. Because pretty soon, I imagine there's going to be a Baron play going on.
100%. Ooh! Ooh, and the Ash Arrow
does hit, and it's just probably going to be a solo kill for Kale. Or not a solo kill, but, you know.
Well, basically a solo kill.
A solo kill.
But that Ash Arrow was amazing. And now they have that Baron pressure, and they're going to start up. Kale's going to push on this top side.
And if we look at the gold difference, it's actually not that large if we look at the CS numbers.
It's actually... Oh, there's TP place. There's a TP flank going on for Talia, but...
To fight this, Ornn does TP in. And so does Talia.
Talia has a flank.
Is behind them. This could be quite large. Volibear's walking in them, gets interrupted.
Oh, the Weaver Wall?
Oh, Weaver Wall is there, but she kind of goes too far in. She hits the Zanyas after getting flashed on by Trundle. Kale ulti goes on to Volibear. The big knockup coming out from Ornn, and the Ornn Horn goes in. Huge knockup yet again, and Sivir is just weaving these.
Wow, they just don't take damage. What is this?
I guess Taric Ornn don't die. Sorry. I thought... My bad. I thought these fights would be a little bit closer, but Taric Ornn don't die. So
they don't die. And then Taric presses R as well. Oh, he didn't even press R that fight. Did he?
Yeah. No. Well, no.
He didn't have it. He didn't have it.
Oh, yeah, wait, that's in the previous fight.
Oh yeah, he did. Oh my god! Wow. If Taric just ulted there, they would have all been full HP. Wow.
Yeah, I guess ban Taric next game. I don't know.
Taric 2 OP. Vigar is pushing this mid lane tower. He's gonna get this inhib tower, but he's not gonna opt in for the inhibitor.
Yeah, big macro coming out from BKB. Nice.
And I do think
for the turret.
I do think a 4-1 comp here, top bot, is gonna be really nice, and then just converge onto that mid lane tower once you get to those inhib towers, top and bot. I think you're gonna see a lot of pressure come in if we match the minion waves really well. So we're just gonna have to see how ID Eclipse play this out. Just Baron.
And Vigar is on 2,400 gold, which means on his next back, after this Gromp, I do believe he will have Death Cap, which is a huge power spike for him, and these already very dominant fights. So yeah, there's the Death Cap. Let's look at the AP number. 700 AP with 2 items.
That's normal.
Yeah, good champ, right?
25 minutes.
And I think it looks like just what you said. Ornn is walking into the mid lane. They're looking for the 4-1 with Vigar on side, matching the Kale.
Vigar's going on the side. I thought Ornn would go on the side.
I guess it kind of makes sense because he can actually match the wave clear of Kale.
That's true. Oh wow, those Sivir wave clear is
yeah.
Sivers IE right now.
Sivir
And she
is
has that
incredibly strong.
Wormfalling Sacrifice, that Ord item. It's gonna be really strong.
20% attack speed going on to it, and additional, what is it, 25 or 20 AD?
2080, yeah.
So many stats from these Ornn upgrades.
Ornn item is very funny, and that he has to give up this bot lane tower.
Top lane does go wide. Kayle almost finds the kill once again. She is up a level on the side lane here. I think this is where the focal point will be. If she manages to get this kill off, Talia does Weaver Wall the wave off. Minions are a bit confused.
Minions are trying to find a way in.
Oh,
wow, Volibear is
engaged. Talia. Oh no. Talia does manage to one-shot him though, and Sivir. Or wait, Talia. Sorry, Sivir one-shot him.
Sivir one-shot. Oh, that Sivir damage is insane.
Yeah, and then Taric ulted. And
Kayle does have to give up the side lane here, so Veigar will get this tower for free. They're gonna walk mid lane, get that second inhibitor, and walk top lane when Veigar gets that wave in, get that third inhibitor. It's gonna be a little bit of farm fest down here, and Soul's coming up as well.
Pretty standard macro. I mean, I think if they don't just decide to end the game here,
I do not think they can end right now.
Really? I mean,
they have no R's. Well,
I do think.
Yeah,
okay, I guess you're right.
Soul is coming up, so I think they just opt in for that. No, they can't. Titan Gaming can't. What's the word? Contest this Soul right now.
Kayle will probably hit level 16 pretty soon here off of these super waves that are coming in, and Talia. I mean,
she'll need 2 more waves.
About has any power spikes? I mean, Ashe is going to be hitting Bork, but that's probably it. I mean,
Talia buying Zanya's, it's just not her damage. Her damage just isn't that.
She has a Ruby Crystal inventory, so it's probably a Shadow Flame coming out next.
Shadow Flame? I don't know. I think he needs to get more damage. Like a Void Staff right now would be really nice. Look at that Ornn and Trundle Force of Nature. Like,
I mean, she's really just only hitting frontline anyway.
Yeah. But Cloudsoul, uncontested. They are Titan Gaming is moving to this top side, but they're not really going to do anything because these super minions are doubling up in the side lanes and can't really leave them alone.
And I'm really excited to see this last fight that's going on because I mean, I'm not saying it's unwinnable for Titan.
Always winnable. But they came back from this last week, so.
They came back from this situation with.
Well, not this exact situation, but you know, Veigar does have a potion, so
with the ultis, with the speed amp now and the Ashe slow just getting completely mitigated.
Basically,
it's about to be such a silly little fight going on here. Trundle is gonna pop ult and run fast, and it's gonna be funny. And Taric, I was gonna say Taric ulti on all of them when they're running that fast. They probably could just walk at them.
Yeah, I really do think they just Sivir our Taric are here.
They can take any damage.
And then Ornn and Trundle just tank the tower. It's like, what are you supposed to do? They are going in topside. They're gonna have all 3 of these waves crash in. And Titan Gamer are just going to be overrun by 6 super minions coming into their base. What are you supposed to do then?
Sivir actually does base.
She does.
They are taking it a little
4 items now.
Yeah, there's their 4th item. I guess they are taking it slow, which is fine. I mean, they do outscale at the end of the day. They're just guaranteeing the win. More Ornn items coming out onto Trundle. Gets Deicide, Diacide. Yeah. I mean, just upgrades after upgrades.
This Anathema's coming out from Volibear. I do not think it's going to do anything. If you put it on Sivir, it's not going to do anything. Yeah, it's on Sivir.
Death Cap and level 16 though, so maybe she might hope will never dies this. You know what I mean?
But here's the thing, right? Inhib's down. They can't contest Baron, and then once all these Baron up super minions,
Baron super minions are.
And Talia's like the only.
Well, and a bit of an engage comes out. Veigar just absolutely one shots the Braum, and the Ornn ulti comes out.
I do think it's just a game, right?
And they just found the picks. Veigar flashing in, goes to the cage. Ashe flash heals away. Trundle with the W and the movement speed. He subjugates them. He is Speedy Gonzalez, Taric ulti. Yeah, I mean, they're just pressing their buttons. They've
overscaled. Like, yep. And ID Eclipse take game 1 with a pretty dominating win, 21-9.
With how much 9K gold lead. With how much scaling they had, they were winning out on some of those early skirmishes. And I do 100%. Hope there's some adjustments coming out from Titan Gaming in the second game. Taking away this anti-dive if they're going to opt into this sort of play style. And,
100%.
You know, let's see where they can take it from here and hope they don't mental boom into this game too.
Yeah, look at Talia's items right now. I do think they have to opt in for more damage. Especially if Talia's going to go a non-damage build.
Yeah.
She does really have to. They need that damage. Vigar's just one shot in their team. That Event Horizon's giving too much trial for ID Eclipse.
Yeah.
Really need to step up their drafting. And if you want to step up your drafting, Pro Comps, it's in the chat.
Pro Comps, hey, free draft pack.
Free draft pack. And 50% off too, like CCS. Just type it in.
That's
50%
like
off.
that's
For 3
off.
months. For 3%. For 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah, 3 whole months.
No.
3 whole months of draft cap. That's a whole like league season, basically.
That's crazy.
That is very crazy. But we are going to go intermission, and we will see you when Game 2 draft starts.
Peace.
And we are back in Game 2 draft, Titan Gaming versus ID Eclipse. Titan Gaming are on blue side this time, so we'll have to see how the draft pans out this time. Jelliver, any thoughts on last game?
I will say I did not expect for the draft to pan or the game to pan out how it did, considering the drafts. I mean, like I said, ID Eclipse were just winning out in these early skirmishes, and it did just seem like that Titan Gaming did not quite have the damage to get through their beefy front line. So let's see. I'm just really looking forward to how they adapt their, I guess, draft ideology this game going into it. Maybe we might see some more spicy picks, considering they might be desperate on the ropes.
100%. We might see the Sivir pick come out from Titan this time. They did do that. They did do that last week, so let's see if they up them for the first pick Sivir, or if they just leave it up, or ban it out, whichever one of the three.
I mean, it looks pretty much the same right now. Victor ban coming out from Titan, Seraphine ban coming out from ID Eclipse.
Probably another Zac ban from ID Eclipse.
Yeah, pretty standard so far in terms of bans.
Just
and I imagine they'll keep it relatively the same. I mean, we might see a Tarek ban or
Trundle ban.
Yeah, something along those lines. But I think for now it's gonna stay pretty standard. Yeah.
Yep. I do think Titan need to draft more tanky and more damage. I do think these early team fight comps, not early team fight, sorry, late game team fight comps, they need to be more reliant on having a strong side early, because if you don't have a strong side early and you're making all your lanes like weak side scaling champs, really hard for you to play the game. They do ban the Sivir instead of picking it first, so we're gonna have to see what they first pick here.
I think that does make sense. I mean, it seems like what they wanted to do with the Sivir didn't quite work out, and then boom, it's the first pick Trundle coming out from Titan. They are taking away from ID Eclipse. I mean,
100%.
Clearly they saw too much power in the Subjugate, just making them so tanky in those team fights. I do wonder how Eclipse will respond to these
here's the thing, right?
In their draft, though.
Picking Ornn here now for ID Eclipse, it's a little bit rougher, just because Ornn does get those 10% like buffs from each item, like increase. But Trundle does get to steal that as well.
Yeah, so they're taking away Trundle directly from them, and indirectly they're mitigating the Ornn pick. Yeah.
Yep. And you see Draven pick.
I mean, Gick and Chad just Draven lock in R1, so these guys are just rocking full comfort, because I do believe he plays a lot of Draven. Actually, and I was looking at his OP.
Now that Draven passive stacks don't, or gold doesn't affect the objective bounties anymore.
Yeah.
Getting these early Draven picks, maybe like pair of Leona. Oh, Bel'Veth.
Wow, an early Bel'Veth pick.
Now, Trundle into Bel'Veth. It's a little bit
pretty conflicted, because I do think Bel'Veth can be good in certain scenarios, but is her early game strong enough?
I do not think so.
Is her early game too weak? Because that was her core issue.
Yeah, once she really needs to get that level 6 in order to really.
She does abuse how monkey some of these skirmishes are, though, quite well with her resets. So I mean, she could just pop off.
Yeah,
I mean, we never know what we're gonna get anymore with these drafts after last game. Like, just very excited to see what he can do.
Maybe see like a Leona Nautilus walking with the Bel'Veth into enemy jungle. Maybe get those invade camps, get those maybe early kills as well. Early kills on Bel'Veth would feel really nice for her. She gets those items quickly, gets to clear faster.
Especially those
Ashe, Zillion.
Ashe Zillion lock-in. I do really like the Zillion, and that is still a flex pick. I'm unsure on how much Zillion XBKP actually plays, if any at all. But
it's Niet's 9 that's playing Zillion.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Oh, the Gangplank cover. Will we pick it? Ooh. Gangplank changes. Gets really much bigger true damage on his passive autos. His early game barrel damage decreased. We're gonna have to see.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of scale again. A lot of scaling already in Eclipse's comp.
100%.
I mean,
but they had that early game Draven damage.
I mean, Draven still also scales crazy as well.
He does.
Draven's just a strong champion.
He does really need to get ahead early, because I do not think if he's like 2 items at 30 minutes, he's not going to be useful at all.
No, of course. Yeah. But with how much, I mean, these guys are just printing gold. They have the Gangplank Q passive. They have the Draven.
Oh my god.
The Draven Qs, the
Infinite money
adoration
hack.
stacks, infinite money glitch. Belveth is just a power clearing.
Yeah.
But
They are banning out the Kill and the Vigar, so we're not going to see any of those two scaling picks. The Riven ban.
yeah.
Riven is one of what's his name? One of Abandoned's core champions. He did play last week. He did go 0-5 against Darius, but he did side lane like a top laner always does and won the game. So let's see what type of pick he picks this game. See if he wants to try to match that. It is Gangplank though, so he does get a free counter pick.
That is true. That is true. He will get the GP counter pick. However, with confident GPs, without rank cover and just locks in the God Hand, Draven Blitzcrank, these guys are not playing around bot lane. I mean, after last game, with how dominant their victory was, maybe they're just feeling that confidence. Maybe they're just like, I want to go in and I just want to kill. Like,
it is a lot of AD right now, so we'll need to see some AP coming out from ID Eclipse.
But GP does have that armor pin, especially when
damage.
If he goes into crit, he gets that LDR. I mean, Draven, he builds the Eclipse, he gets armor pin. Belveth does true damage.
Oh,
it's a lot of AD, but
it's a Zillion mid pick from Nianten, I'm pretty sure, unless it's the Tari jungle special in jungle top. But
okay, it is Zillion mid. Nice.
Wow, I like that. It's a Bjergsen special.
I really like Zillion mid.
Yeah, I do think
champion has a lot of resources, and yeah, they kind of have 3 slows right now, which is kind of funny. These guys do not want them to move. The Freljord special.
But what they are like on right now? Damage. I think Chundo's the only damage right now. Rumble. So Rumble top. I have not seen that champion top lane in a while. I've seen it mid lane, but top lane.
It could also be. Okay, this is a bit top, out there, but Trumble top, Rumble jungle, but we haven't seen that in quite a while.
We have, that hasn't been meta for a while, but we will have to see once we get into draft.
Yeah, I'm really interested.
Right now, what I'm looking at, Eclipse has that snowball power a lot better than last game, but
AP. And a little bit. I was gonna say a little bit of early game, a little bit of AP, and they lock in the Ahri. Perfect.
This is a perfect skirmish comp. Blitzcrank Ahri. Just get that one pick with a hook or charm, man.
These guys were dominating those team fights last game. They said, "Screw it, let's skirmish, let's fight more," and they're just opting into a lot more fighting. I mean, GP always has that ultimate. Blitzcrank always has that hook. I mean,
Ahri charm.
Ahri charm. They have so many looks and 100%. So much potential with Draven Global, GP Global, just everything. So let's see how they can pan out these fights.
What I do think Titan is lacking again in is the damage department. We'll have to see how the Rumble builds again. But I do think, like Zillion, you don't really build damage on it. You build more of a ability haste type build. So we're going to see like Everfrost. We're going to see Cosmic Drive, things like that. So he's not really going to... Although his damage numbers are pretty crazy. So we're going to have to really see.
Rumble does have very high base damage, but I would like to point out that Eclipse doesn't actually have any true tanks this game. You might see a Death Dance or a Maw being picked up onto the Belveth, but
Gangplank could build Bruiser. Bruiser Gangplank is
Bruiser Gangplank is pretty good right now with the health growth changes and the 100%. True damage changes on his passive.
But we'll have to see. I mean, it is a skirmish comp, so I do not think they want a full-on team fight. I do think if they do full-on team fight, they do have the better team fight, unless Tark presses R and yeah. I do think they had to be led this way just because of Chundo. I think that's what Chundo does to a team comp. You can't really pick two, or else they just get a Giga tank on their team.
Although they are lacking damage, one, at least they have the Rumble to sort of pick it up as long as he's decently strong, and two, they're not actually that tanky as a team. They are quite slippery, however. Draven's pretty fast. I mean, Belveth with the dashes. Ahri's dashing around.
Blitzcrank W.
They also have to very, very much care the Dark Jungle because GP barrels, Blitzcrank from charm.
Yeah, you need to get to those objectives first. If Eclipse gets to objectives, you cannot really contest unless like you walk S5 and like predict the Blitzcrank hook and GP barrels. Like you really have to be proactive this game, especially after what happened last game. We do need to see more aggression coming from Titan in these objective plays, which we did see that first Drake, right, where they got 3 kills. Yeah, that's what we want to see. We want to see more of that this game. We want to see maybe like see early 2 Drakes and force a fight 3rd Drake. We'll see how that has to play out, but
I mean, absolutely,
it is Rumble top.
Yeah, it is Rumble top. Okay, and And I don't remember, but I think I've seen Rumble like as a GP counter pick
Really?
recently. Yeah, I don't know. Gosh, it's slipping my mind where I saw it at, but it seemed to be pretty decent. I mean, Rumble does have that strong early game, and he's kind of a stat stick, so GP can't like do the typical like Q spam force like the GP thing where you just press Q with grasp or first strike and like
Yeah.
kind of like chunk them out.
Yeah, because the Rumble just presses E on you and
Rumble
then
presses
runs you down.
W and gets the shield and then just Qs the wave and doesn't carry. I mean, he can also just
Yeah,
hit the slow on you and walk at you.
100%. So
He
we'll
has a
have to
lot
see how
more
it plays
damage than
out.
GP early. Yeah.
It may be
I
a
do like
counter
it.
pick, but it always depends
Quite
on the player.
spicy. Quite spicy.
Very spicy. Maybe they opt in for blue team again. We're gonna have to see.
Maybe. Now, I would like to ask you, who do you think won draft? Or what are your predictions on this game? Who do you think it's going to play?
I do think ID Eclipse is just gonna steamroll again. Like
I
their comp is made to steamroll.
I would have to agree, but I it's like a 40-60 thing because I
Hmm.
think if this early game goes slightly different again, then it could just be like
Titan
the
Gaming.
opposite of what we saw.
Yeah. Titan
Um,
Gaming does have the reputation from last week from getting out of these tight situations.
yeah.
So we will have to see. Hey, maybe ID Eclipse use pro drafts
Pro
to get pro comps. It's basically the same thing, right?
pro comps project. Yeah, I mean pro comps diff. All right,
Pro comp,
they were using it to draft here.
a little bit of a hack.
A
But
bit of a free draft cheat.
we are gonna head into game two. We might see the dawn of the eclipse, or we'll see the rise of the Titans. Find out in a couple minutes,
Yep.
and we'll see.
3
Go to
minutes.
intermission. Goodbye.
See ya.
And we are back in game 2, ID Eclipse versus Titan Gaming. We are seeing a bit of a invade angle here from ID Eclipse.
Now, walking down mid, just looking for whatever they can grab with the Blitzcrank.
I do not think
is kind of... Wait, I don't think he did. They went for the blind hook. I think they might have been able to find the Tarek.
I do think so. Maybe get a flash out of Tarek as well. Rumble did take electrocute this game.
Oh, that is interesting. Rumble with the electrocute. Normally, when I see this Rumble top, I see like Comet or even
Airy.
like, First Strike, Airy. Yeah, like, but electrocute is very interesting. Really, just like ignite electric, going for the solo kills, abusing the early game.
He is bush camping right now in a try bush, so we'll see if there's some type of early trading going on. And I do think he does win out in the early trading, unless GP gets a graph Q.
Yeah, as long as he keeps the trade short, I think he short trades and leaves, and then he's good.
Oh, it's gonna happen. Oh,
he's waiting it out, waiting for minions to get there. There he is, and he does hit the Q. I'm surprised he does go for the Q start there. I feel like I don't know.
Auto E.
I feel like it would E. Yeah.
Want to get that electrocutor. He didn't get it off.
I'm not the Trundle guy. All right, I wouldn't know. And
the Rumble guy.
Oh, that's with the solo bird start. Actually,
that is very interesting. Yeah, leashless. Although they are, I mean, why is Trundle going? Did you see that? Oh, he's still avoiding the ward. That's really smart.
Oh, they knew the ward was there. Interesting.
I thought you just like randomly just pathed that way, and it was just a little bit of a troll angle.
Smart, actually.
Yeah.
Now, actually, they really don't have any idea on where Trundle is. For all they know, he's doing all of his top camps and pathing bot. I mean, although Rumble did show in the top bush, so they could have an idea like, oh, he didn't leave, he's probably not there, but they never know, really.
You never know. Trundle, he just has smited a camp. This matchup right now, Zillion, half HP, under tower.
He actually does find Bel'Veth in her top side, and I did miss a bit of a spot skirmish just now. Their HPs are low, and Tarek got his flash force. I mean...
Oh, wow, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I imagine Blitzcrank found a hook, and they just had to dip out.
100%.
That early game coming out from Draven Blitzcrank. And he's looking for another. He hits the flash and gets a knockup. Probably going to have to flash away.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's just flash for flash. Top lane going on. Oh, they flashing on him? Couldn't quite keep going. GP trades flashes. But I think, honestly, it's quite fine for GP to trade Flash Ignite for Flash TP. However, his wave state is... It's a bit...
It's like Abando's wave last game.
It's a bit bad. It's a bit bad. Now, with Trundle, after this crab, Trundle really should go for the regank, in my opinion.
100%. And I think he's looking for a little bit of a mid gank here.
They don't know, but Ari is hovering that lower pocket. She does know Trundle's top side. They get the slow off. Cillian going for the double stun.
Ooh, the flash.
Flashes out of it. Very nice play coming on from ID Eclipse.
Well, I think that's Titan Gaming making the play, but from Ari.
Last game, okay.
My bad.
That's my bad.
Bel'Veth did opt in for the full clear, and she gets this Scud Alert. That one bot lane, when he hooked Ashe, I do not think Ashe had to flash, because Tarek did get the stun off, so... Bel'Veth might look of a lane gank here. She will not be able to walk into the second bush, though. Now she's seen... Wait. Oh, she may?
Okay, well, no, the Ashe does go through. She might find the W. They know they... Oh, neither of them have flash. She does go for the W flash. That's not quite how it works, but...
Yeah. But...
Someone kills him.
That's the first blood?
I mean...
Draven got 200 gold off that. He cashed out.
Yeah, I mean... Nice little lane.
Oh, no, he didn't cash out. Never mind. He has to kill. I forgot.
Although they did see him, I just don't think they expected such aggression from the Bel'Veth. I don't think they thought they were even...
I mean, they do not have any flashes and heals, so it is pretty easy for Bel'Veth to just W like that. Although...
They have the wave set up pretty nicely here.
Trundle is walking top. There is a control ward here, so GP will see him before he gets to lane.
Looking at the minimap.
That is a top lane question.
He is walking out. He has no flash. Maybe Trundle looks for... the pillar was a bit scuffed.
Plus 10.
Yeah. He finds the barrel. That's worth.
Bel'Veth is walking up here. He's not going to clear the control word. I would have cleared a control word instantly and get caught there. That's just how I play. Yeah. Rumble, a little bit of aggression here. Bel'Veth does not have flash.
I'm looking for the gang. W goes wide. Nice sidestep coming out from him, and I guess he just walks out.
Trundle pillar?
Trade back. She has no E. She's very vulnerable right now, but they don't look for more. Pretty worried without the ignite on the Rumble, and he's just so low HP from the poke.
100%. That is well played by both teams, honestly.
From nothing.
Both mid laners reset. They didn't TP lane. They just walked back, and yeah, Ari's level 6. See a little bit of an early aggression here. A bit of trading.
A trade.
Titan Gaming's wave bot lane is a little bit bad. It is. Draven's gonna get a freeze going on here pretty soon.
Arguably a little bad.
Just a little bit.
Velvet is pathing bot soon as well, so if they keep this wave here, it's looking like maybe a kill, because there's still no flashes.
No flashes.
Taric flash is coming up pretty soon. I think he might have it when Bel'Veth gets there, but Ashe is sunless. I mean,
yeah, this
Trundle is reading the play, and he's walking into these bot bushes. So maybe they can just find the bait and get the counter gank. Oh no, they're just walking out.
He's just walking back to Krugs. Yeah, he's probably just gonna focus here. 100%. It's like right under their tower. Bel'Veth and Blitzcrank are plus each other. If I did, Bel'Veth. I do think they just
not close enough either.
Oh, they are gonna back off here. Oh, wow, they are reading Bel'Veth really nicely.
No, that was really well played. They actually just know. Very smart.
Very smart decision making. Yeah. This Cloud Drake is up. No teams are looking for it right now. Oh, I do not think Bel'Veth wants to start the Cloud Drake. I do not think you kill that. Unless
they do, they are getting the push in from bot lane. I mean,
and Ari has the problem. Yeah. Okay.
So like, it's a pretty reasonable Drake. And we are going to be seeing a different soul with Cloud being the first Drake. What's your bet? What do you think the soul's going to be?
Hextech.
All right, I'm going Mountain. And they are actually looking around for
Bel'Veth is very low HP right now.
One of the Qs, Blitzcrank is in there. Zillion goes on to the Trundle, but Bel'Veth manages to secure the Drake. He's getting the Resurrect, and Ashe is just weaving autos. Bel'Veth does go down, but there's a bit of a number advantage now, and Blitzcrank...
Draven is... kiting.
Draven just... Draven 1v9.
Draven is 1v9ing. Oh, no more mana for W, so he does not get to catch up.
That fight was lost for...
ID Eclipse?
Yeah, I was looking at the top side of the fight, and it was just losing for ID Eclipse, and then
but Draven turbo stomp. He's Essence Weaver at 8 minutes. This guy is a menace.
Right. This guy's a bit rich.
He's a bit rich. Yeah, this isn't looking good right now. This is not what we want.
And look at the gold advantage on Draven to Ashe.
1200.
1200 gold difference, and that is not what you want to see.
Yeah.
Coming out. It doesn't look like Rumble knows. He's actually walking straight into it. Can he get up?
He flash over this wall.
Oh, flash.
That's not a good flash thing.
That flash is incorrect. But he gets the trade kill.
That's wow.
We don't know Rumble damage.
Rumble damage is big. Wow, just that sword shoes, and he just ran him down.
This champ's OP. Get it out right. What is going on?
GP did sit in the ultimate for a little bit, like a second or two.
No. The champ.
Oh yeah. It shows enough ASOL as well, I think.
Yeah, well, ASOL's a bit too broken.
Yeah. Bel'Veth is pushing in this top wave. Rumble does not have TP, so he was gonna lose this wave.
Also, if we look at the gold, it's even more.
Oh wow!
Than last game, like
3K up
2-0, 201. I mean, Draven's printing gold. Getting those kills at Drake is so huge for him.
100%, and he gets those cash outs from his passive as well.
Absolutely.
450 gold from his
needed to happen for them, and a bit of a bot play is going on. Gets a knockup onto the Tark. He does not have the flash, and they're trying to trade back. Heal comes out from the Ashe. They're fighting back. Hits the arrow onto the Draven. Draven actually might die. He couldn't move. Play the game challenge. Wait, they played that so well. He's weaving autos, and there's a bot play going on. Rumble getting ganked. Tries to get the trade back onto the GP, but he can't quite make it. And at the same time, bot lane gets a 2v2 solo kill, and then a top gank goes out. Well,
2v2 solo kill sounds...
Well, yeah, but like bot lane solo kill.
I understand what you're trying to say, yeah.
Whatever.
And we are looking like Midland jungle.
Ari is coming in with her Spirit Rush. She does make the charm go wide. Bel'Veth does get canceled by the Trundle pillar, and she's just running away. She's now kind of a useless...
Zillion is in a little bit of a pickle here.
And the Zillion ulti gets popped. He is alive.
No flash. He's not going to be alive for very long, yeah.
He's just dead.
And that's a lot of stuff happening around the map. But
yeah, Bel'Veth lives just on 1 HP and gets away, and then they get that trade back onto Zillion. It's just so big.
The gold difference is still even. Like, not even, but like the same as before the fight. So I do not know if...
Well, they're up like 600 more gold now or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Some...
Yeah, Ash reduced that gold difference by half. Ooh!
Well, actually, no, you're
Top
right.
lane?
Oh, and wait, I think
Makes it still a kill, yeah. No flash.
And underestimating that rumble damage and that equalizer cooldown, he just walks up and
presses buttons.
It's one shot, like
yeah.
He just overheated and autoed him.
That rumble damage, like I feel like Rumble is so underrated right now.
I do think the early game is very strong. Yeah, he does do a lot of damage, and I do wonder what mythic he might be opting into here. He has that cloth armor and that D shield, just completely mitigating
Gangplank. Yeah,
orange shield's balanced.
blasting one. What does that build? It doesn't build. It builds into those items.
It built in a rocket belt.
Does Rocket Belt build from that? I do not remember.
Sure, yeah.
All right, it's probably Rocket Belt because that's like his main mythic. Unless he decides to go to Night Harvester funny item.
I think it could be Night Harvester as. Oh my gosh, it's the build paths are slipping my brain. Even though I built those items yesterday.
Oh no, I do think it's Rocket Belt.
I do think it's Rocket Belt as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, Ari finishing that Everfrost. Like,
wow, very quickly.
These mythics. I mean, Draven had a pretty cheap first item, but Essence Reaver is such a large power spike.
Yeah,
the first mythic of the game, was it Ashe or Ari? I think it was Ari. And then after they got the double kill in the reset, then Ashe got her Gale Force. But that's very interesting mythic coming out from Ashe.
Oh,
a lot of Gale Force.
Enchanted Crystaro.
Yeah, big arrow coming out. Bel'Veth W does go wide. Subjugate comes up from Trundle. Bel'Veth's running away while ticking down, but
good Everfrost from Ari.
Yeah,
it rooted at Trundle and he couldn't run.
Good deal off of the Ashe era. I do like the look a lot though, coming from My Name's Angel. Her arrows this game have been quite good.
The Blistering Cuck goes a little bit tickling. Oh, Bel'Veth is...
Eric's stun goes onto the Bel'Veth. Bel'Veth is a double W. Taric ulti is coming out, but the Trundle pillar just...
That's really bad for Titan Gaming. They do not have this. Oh, the GP ult as well. That was invisible for I didn't see it.
A lot of ultis are coming out.
Yeah, and this Inferno Drake is ID Eclipses.
They can't contest it at all.
Mm-hmm.
And look at this Trundle damage. Did you see?
And it's Hex Tech Soul.
Oh,
no, I'm just mind reader. Just a mind reader.
You're a genius.
I'm a genius.
The script.
I got the script already.
Yeah, he has it.
Wow, this is going exactly how I thought it would be. But
I mean, you can't speak too soon, smiley face.
That is true. But do you see that Essence Reaver though? 122 extra damage, as well as Draven like Qs. Those axes are just going to...
Hey, actually, it's done less damage than I thought. He's had it for a while, and it's only done 62 damage. I wonder if...
Oh. Armor gap?
On who? Who is even hitting that has armor?
Tark is 82.
Wait, whoa. Base? Wait, is durability patch? What is this?
Durability patch OP, yeah.
I guess. This gold lead is still just looking around like...
It's 4K now. It was 3K like a couple minutes ago.
No, it's 3K.
Oh, wait, no.
3.2.
Oh, 3.2, okay.
Yeah,
I saw 20 and 24, so...
I mean, with Draven, this snowballed, and I will say they did a very good job on that 2v2 kill, really slowing down. Oh, Enchanted Crystaro does come out. They hit for the Flash Tark stun, and it does hit. Blitzcrank does hit the nice hook, hits the silence onto it, and the ignite goes out, but they pressed their buttons and did a whole lot of nothing. Both teams.
Yeah. Taric Flash, it didn't really turn out the way.
The stun did go wide, unfortunately.
That's the... No, the stun hit because Glacial Augment went off.
Did it?
Yeah, Glacial Augment didn't go off.
I think it was on the first stun, right?
No, because Ashe doesn't...
Oh, yeah, but... Never mind, I guess I'm trolling. It looked like the Flash E missed. I think is Flash.
I do not think he had the flash. Like, he was trying to flash over the wall, but he missed it, so he just flashed forward a little bit.
I guess you're right, though. Glacial did go off. The stun coming out of Ashe must have hit him then.
Yeah, that was a good attempt, but I do think they're just trying to... They're trying to do that, they do have to, like, walk up. Oh, we have a pause coming out.
And it looks like...
Draven disconnected.
The ADC ID Eclipse is DC'd.
we are going to go into an intermission here so that we don't have any issues. And we'll see you after the pause arises. And we are back from the pause. We did a little bit of Wi-Fi gap from Draven, but
A bit of
we are back.
ISP diff.
ISP diff, yep. They're DDoSing. They need to win.
And,
The gold lead, it is 4K now. We have a little bit of a pause.
Yeah, we have the riot bug. I am
Right.
frozen right now.
Yeah, this
There it
happened.
is.
Oh, we're back.
Yeah, we're back. Cool.
If you see the gold lead right now, it is almost 5K.
Yeah, wow,
that
huge gold
that-
advantage.
When it was like 3K like a minute ago. What happened?
Well, in the pause, Boris threw him some gold coins, and I think it's just a solo kill top lane.
Oh wait, well, I didn't even see that. Wow.
GP hit 2 barrels in a row, and I guess on that Trinity Force, he just hit his little mythic power spike, and
he's
he
doing
actually
that
did so much more damage than I expected.
100%, yeah.
I was watching it, but I didn't think it would be a solo by any means.
He's gonna get this top tower here, so he does get to roam the map a little bit more. I do think this bot lane needs to be rotated. This Draven is really strong right now. He needs to be put in the mid lane or maybe even like around top lane area.
Oh, and a bit of a fight is going out here. Tark does hit the stun. Blitzcrank is looking to get onto this Ashe. Enchanted Crystal Arrow goes out. Draven stun has to flash away. Ashe is autoing out, and Belveth is just weaving in.
Oh my god, he just got 460 gold from...
Oh, goodness.
No,
That's a
400 gold, plus 50. He got a lot of gold.
Objective bounties are coming in, so at least, you know, they might have something to play for here if they manage to get one of these objectives, and even just like try to secure these turrets. And
yeah, GP is opting for the Hex Drinker here. Oh, it is the Night Harvester. Wow.
It looks like he's going the Bruiser build then. Yeah, Night Harvester onto the Rumble. Big damage going to be coming out from him.
But I do think the Magic Pen over the ability haste, especially when they're going to build... They are
stacking. It's probably going to be a little rough in the side lane with the Night Harvester.
Yeah, and the Hex Drinker as well.
But I also don't know damage numbers clearly because so many random kills I just thought weren't. So
yeah,
who knows?
This dragon is coming up in 30 seconds. Blue team does have the prio, which is what we want to see.
GP pushing in the side, looking for that TP. Trundle's looking for the pillar. Can't quite find anything, but they have strongly secured the Drake control. Pushing out this mid wave, I think, is correct from them. They really just have a lot of options now, though. I think dropping this Rift Herald is really smart, forcing them to take action.
And now,
obviously, Enchanted Crystal Arrow.
It's really good. And now...
Oh, Blitzcrank does find the hook onto the Taric. What will he do? I think he gets one shot through his ulti. His ulti got silenced. Oh, he didn't. Wait, he didn't even use it. Never mind. That was just...
He doesn't have ulti, yeah.
Just one-shotting their backline. Running through. Rumble ulti does come through. Almost manages to kill the Ahri. But Belveth is just weaving.
And it's a 1-4-4 for ID Eclipse. And they're just going to get this third dragon. So point for ID Eclipse. This is really bad right now for Titan Gaming.
I mean, they're down 10k gold
at
15 minutes.
Oh, that is... I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's... Guys, it's a bit doomed. But...
G2 did throw a 13k gold lead, so anything can happen on...
Yeah, I mean, I guess ID Eclipse are basically G2 if you think about it.
I agree.
What would that make Titans? Misfits or
Misfits, probably, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Blitzcrank has Shirelias, they're just gonna run at them. The
Just run up
Shirelias
and
build
forehead.
is being more popular and popular. It's just run at them with W Shirelias and run away from Huck Challenge Impossible Edition.
Oh, Ari has the death cap in
Oh
inventory.
wow,
She had that for that fight because I
she
had the.
didn't. She had a rod. She had one rod, from what I remember.
Wow. Let's peep the Ari AP. Let's see the funny number. Just 400 AP, pretty much.
See, Vigar had 700. So
she's no Vigar.
she's not Vigar.
That is pretty. That's a lot of damage, especially for a team that has no MR right now.
100%. Zillion is going for the Leandries. I do not like that. The ability haste on the passive is nice, but I do think Everfrost is just his. Everfrost is just his better item. It gives him. It fits so much better with his kit, and I do not think he's a constant DPS member to just be applying that Leandries. He's gonna go for the Seraph second. I'm pretty sure he does have that tier basically stacked. That is gonna give him the ability haste.
Might be like he needs a little bit more damage. They are lacking, like Rumble being their only AP damage source. You know, they can build some MR, but I mean, Zillion with Everfrost, this ship still does damage.
Yeah, it does give 10 AP on the passive as well, so it's not like he's losing out on too much.
It's also how cheap Everfrost is. Such a strong item.
And I do think Everfrost into their team, who just wants to run into them, like Zillion, that type of play. Oh!
Mid skirmish coming on. Velvet does manage to find the CC, but they counter stun her. Blitzcrank hits the hook. Targ ulti coming out. Oh, he does get the ulti off in time, but it looks like he'll just killed right after. Ari is going deep for the trundle, and she just
3-for-0. Wow. This game is steamrolled right. It's a 13k gold lead. Oh, it's the G2 angle. It's the G2 angle. They are opting for the Baron here. It's a 20-minute Baron, 21-minute Baron. Yeah, I mean, that's what you get when you're 13k up.
Another thing I would like to note, to point out is that they are often finding these player advantages in these random skirmishes. Like right there, they were up a player, and they just seem so much more prepared, and like they know they can go and take these fights. With how much gold they have on them. I mean, like, they're just being really proactive with their lead, and I really like that from them.
Yeah. I do think the Guild Force from Ashe is a little bit meh. I do think if she has this Trundle, she has this Taric, I think Immortal Shieldbow would be a lot better. She does get bursted down really quickly, so I don't know if it would matter. But the Gale Force, I guess, like for the Blitzcrank hook, but even then, it's like
that is the least common ADC mythic I see built on Ashe by a long
shot. I see it's Shieldbow, Gale Force. Gale Force is the third one, yeah.
I do not see Gale Force as much.
I see Mandate more than Gale Force. Because of that Ashe support.
It's a bit OP. Think about it.
A little bit OP. No, you get 40 ability haste and you're also on a minute cooldown. Level or rank 1. But
GP has the collector. I mean, these guys are just...
these guys are not going to have fun.
3 items. Last time I looked, he had Essence Reaver only. Like, what's going on?
This guy got 2 items in the past, like, 5 minutes. It's like...
I mean, how useless do you feel if you're Trundle or Rumble right now in this game?
Yeah, I mean, you want to be a tank, but then you have Collector on 2 people on enemy team. Ari's getting that, starting to get that Void Staff. She has Sword Shoes. She's just... Magic Resist is not going to matter anymore.
She's absolutely one-shotting. Her cleave with her Qs in these team fights, especially when they're funneling like this, which I think is a mistake, is just, like, so dominant. And
yeah.
It really does suck that they didn't have a closer early game, because if they did get to some of these objectives first and have them walk into them and force their hand with the Rumble ulti and like the Ashe ulti, they have a lot of resources to peel back.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think their fights are a little bit more playable. But Trundle's kind of just running in with Pillar and like not regarding
any damage. Yeah, he just gets bursted down. Yeah, that first Drake fight, Draven smurfed that fight. I do not think that was expected, but like
that was definitely not expected. Oh, a bit of a 2v1 coming from GP. Lots of damage, one shot.
Wow.
I mean, collector value is just going to show right there. I think he will burn out. Hits the Ashe arrow. He's so tanky though.
But that is 3 ultimates for for gameplay.
I mean, 1-for-1s, getting 3 ults out, and his teams are pushing these mid lanes in
30 seconds on Soul.
It's just like
I do not know.
Every single character on their team is a raid boss, including Blitzcrank.
Blitzcrank has been a raid boss since the beginning. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is infinitely scaling. Champ's OP. What do you do?
Yeah, this Hexexel is basically free. I do not know how.
Hexexel is a bit disgusting, especially individual Drakes. If you
Yeah.
look at the stats that they give,
9.
6% AD and AP. Oh, a bit of a skirmish coming out. Trundle gets caught. He flashes away, almost gets one shot. Taric is just insta-dead. They're following down onto the Trundle. Belveth chasing the Rumble. Just barely gets out if you're Rumble. Trundle is still there.
I do think he's going to.
But I think Ari just catches him with her WMS.
She may even flash for it if she has to.
I don't think she should. I think that's a bit of a misplay. Oh,
Uh,
and she hits the charm. Nice
and
little style.
yeah. And GP's top lane again. He's getting a top wave in.
Yeah, they have to respond to GP. Rumble can't stop him by himself.
Yeah, I do not know how. ID Eclipse have to have a miracle run in this game to win it.
I mean,
like they have to get shutdowns.
13K gold is one thing, but guys, we're almost looking at 10K gold here. It's 17K gold right now. It's a bit crazy.
It's 17. Yo,
like 16, 17, something like that.
Yo, it was like 13, like 2 minutes ago. Yeah. Oh my god, it's just getting out of control right now. Ari's 3 items. Gangplank is 50% crit.
We just get to sit back and watch our characters one shot the enemies. Like
exactly. Yeah, I mean, Javen's going for that IE fourth. I mean, once he gets that, you have no team.
I do really like that they're getting this deep vision. I mean, everything is theirs to have with how strong they are now. Blitzcrank going into the jungle, looking for the hook with the Shrelia's WMS. Manages to find it on Zillion. Very nice hook, and he's just one shot. And I think with that pick, they're gonna
end the game.
Yeah, like, I think maybe they send one top, but it doesn't really matter. Blitzcrank looks for the flash hook.
Belveth is just 1v4ing.
He doesn't take damage. He's just hitting them, and they are dying.
Yeah.
Comes out. Ari manages to miss the charm just by a little bit. Draven collects his 2nd kill of the team fight and the 6th kill of the game.
And I do think that is just game.
Yeah.
There's no wave clear from ID Eclipse.
Is going to explode.
Or not wave from 10 Gaming. Oh well.
Draven collecting his eco frags here.
Yeah, he needs that. He needs that money.
He needs it. He needs it.
Ash is being abused.
I mean, they're fishing for these kills. They should go for the tower.
Oh,
nice look! Oh, they find the kill.
And
yeah, style points.
Yeah,
just dominant performance from
ID Eclipse to a very dominant win, very deserving win, and 20K gold lead at 26 minutes.
Like you said, it was the dawn of the eclipse.
It is the dawn of the eclipse. The Titans do fall, and
apology comes out in chat. Oh
no!
Sorry, Angel.
Oh no!
A little bit of BM.
It happens. It happens. But yeah. I mean, I guess we're gonna go in for an interview. We're gonna go into an intermission for a short period. We're gonna try and get an interview. Yep. I wanna hear the thoughts. So yeah, we'll see you soon with a player from ID Eclipse.
Hello, and welcome back. Here we have Bubs9, the ADC of ID Eclipse, and I guess we'll just start with some questions. Um, Bubs, going into that second game, with the Giga Chad R1 Draven, I was just wondering, what were you guys talking about in comms, or what were you guys thinking? Just going full damage, going full aggro with your picks, or what was on the mind in that second game draft?
So basically, after the first game, when we beat them with our sub top that bad, no, Blingo's a great player, but he's no Eddie boy right now.
Oh, shit.
But he's a great young player. After we beat him
Jeez.
that bad, honestly, I could have picked like Kindred ADC or something, and it just didn't matter. Like
of
we just
course.
knew we were gonna win. Like I was in the CC Zone podcast this week earlier, and I told them not to stream this game because it's just gonna be a sleeper slaughter, and to go stream some other game. But they didn't listen to me. And this is where we're at. So basically, going into the second game, I knew what it was, and I just Giga Chad locked in Draven because they banned Sivir, and Sivir's broken.
Guess.
So
Hey, I respect it. If you're gonna talk your trash and you deliver, it's kind of hard to say anything. Like, what do you do?
100%. Yeah. You had a really dominating win. That second game, Rez, you ended 20k gold lead. I haven't seen that in a while. Yeah. How was the team during comms, like in game? Like, were you just like chill out? You didn't really talk much. You just stomped, like sound stomping. I was like,
So basically, the first game we were sweating like the first 15-ish minutes until, once you get such a big lead, it was kind of relaxing. The second game, we were just joking around. We weren't too focused on the game. Of course, we were doing our normal call outs and like trying to track their jungle. But like after like 10, like 13 minutes after that first dragon, we thought it was going to go terrible and we still wiped them. We were like joking around and stuff.
yeah.
We still wiped them and we were kind of joking around. We weren't serious. We were at the end of it. We were just like trying to fish for KDAs and like ruin their KDAs.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah, yeah. You guys are just stomped them. It was. I don't think it was that close. Game one, I think early game could have been a bit closer, but game two is just like it was pretty obvious who was gonna win. But
and then,
yeah,
I would like to ask you, Bubs. Obviously, you guys had a really dominant performance. Who would you give the MVP to for that game? Who do you think really brought you guys together, or like normally brings you guys together? Who's that team leader that you guys really like need?
Well, when BKP gets going, we always know we're into a good game. But honestly, the MVP has to be the other team's jungler, dude, because that dude just let us do whatever we want, and he really got it going for us. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh my god!
But it was also Blingo game one. He played great as a sub, so that got us going too.
Yeah, that's always good to have. The sub performance is skyrocketing team morale. Go straight up. But yeah, those are our 3 questions for you. Thank you for coming into this interview.
Thank you guys for having me.
And congrats on the very dominant win.
Yeah, you guys will be saying that every week for us, so.
All right, well, I look forward to seeing it again and again.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
And with that, that is our cast. ID Eclipse. They keep their first place spot, 3-0 against all the other teams and dominant 2-0 performance. Thank you for coming into this casting. I'm Tom, your color caster.
And I am Ja Olavi or Dalton, and that was your play-by-play. And thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, we'll see you next week, or well, no, we'll see you tomorrow for the CCS Diamond stream. So stay looking forward to that. But yeah, maybe you'll see us next week, maybe you won't. But thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you. Goodbye.